Hello, I'm Frost and welcome to my regular monthly update. So here I am, I'm outdoors again because Niall had this amazing idea that we should do these monthly updates outdoors, and it's already cold, it's November, and I'm getting chilly and I'm dreading getting to January and February. I'll be like an Eskimo by then. But anyway, let's crack on. So last month was pretty good. I managed to get a few more videos out. I did a Crying Suns video, just a beginner one. That was okay. I don't know if I'm going to be doing some more, just because there's no user saves, and I actually spoke to the people at Crying Suns over Twitter about this, that it makes it very, very difficult to do videos for Crying Suns, because you end up having to complete 3 sectors before you can actually record the boss fight, which makes it very, very difficult to produce, because if you make a mistake you can spend another hour having to just grind through again just to film, sort of 5 minutes of video. So I'm not sure at this stage whether I'll do more Crying Suns. It just depends on what happens with the development of that. So I got my notes here as well. And I managed to get one Planetfall video out. It was a long one, so it took quite a lot of work to get it done, and Niall spent ages doing the edit on that and moving me around the screen. But I will do some more Planetfall this month, and there's a very good reason for that, and I'm going to come on to that in a minute. And also I started on Homeworld, or Homeworld 2 to be precise. So I haven't done Homeworld videos simply because Homeworld 1 is pretty straightforward. Homeworld 2 is substantially harder, and especially once you get to higher levels, it can be quite problematic. So I thought I would do a series on that. There's 15 levels, and I'm going to cover all 15 levels over the next sort of couple of months as I shoot. But mainly for this coming month, I'm going to be shooting Planetfall, maybe definitely some Homeworld 2, possibly some Outer World stuff. So which brings me on to all my news. So first news for November, it's a busy month. Planetfall, we're getting a new DLC. It's called Revelations. It comes out on the 19th, and there's going to be a new faction called the Estique. And so rest assured, on the day of the release, I will be downloading the DLC, and I'll be getting a video out about that new faction as quickly as I can. Other news is obviously Outer Worlds came out literally just about a week ago. And it's awesome. It's a really good, fun RPG by Obsidian. You just relax with it. It's not a stressful game by any means. You can just go with the flow. It has loads of branches in it. You've got loads of options on how you to suit your play style. So I'm kind of more of a gun-ho person. So I like all my ranged weapons and everything. But you can do melee. You can lie, cheat. You can sneak around, and you've got plenty of different options. So I'm enjoying the game. I may do some videos about it. It's difficult to see where I'll go with it, because obviously with an RPG, it's down to play style, but I may do some tips or something like that a little bit later on in the month. So that's Outer Worlds. Also in October, we had an update to X4 Foundations. We're up to version 2.60. Now, if you play X4 Foundations, you'll know that the trading was a big issue, and they've done a lot of work to fix that. It's still not perfect by any means, but now the market's actually ramped up, so when you're actually building your sort of high-tier components and stuff, they're actually now selling. They've also fixed a lot of the AI stuff, but you'll still have problems. I've still got issues with my freighters, where I've got things like drone components, turret components, antimatter converters, advanced electronics, all high-value items, and my large freighter decides to go and sell 80 silicon wafers 2 sectors away. When there's a wharf like 50 kilometers from my station that needs all those high value products. So it's nowhere near, perfectly fixed. But it's still, it's a fun game, but you have to make the decision, do I spend my time trading and do all my trades manually and build up some cash and then buy some ships and then go out and fight? The opportunity of kind of doing both of them together, I think, is still problematic. But let me know your thoughts on that. If you want to see the patch notes, I'll put a link in the description. It goes on forever. They did do a lot of work. So it's rather than try and describe it all in detail, I think it's best if you just have a look and just pick up on the stuff that's pertinent to you. But anyway, main thing though is X4 Foundations is constantly moving forward, it's constantly being developed. And to create an economy in a single player game, it's not like EVE where obviously you get natural market forces where there's a multiplayer environment. So it's not an easy thing. So they're doing a good job, and they're constantly revising it, so that's great. So that's X4 Foundations. On the other thing as well with X4, just to mention as well, they did a lot of work on the logical overview for the stations. So now you get a much better idea of what your stations are actually doing. So they did a good job on just updating the interface on that. So that's X4. Now next up is Eve. Now I haven't played Eve Online since February. I know I keep meaning to get back into it, and it's you know, a lot of time and stuff, but I have been following what's been going on in Eve. So we just had Eve Vegas, and I watched the keynote. I haven't had a chance to watch the others yet because it was literally 2 days ago. But the keynote was very promising. You know, they're putting a lot of work into the new player stuff still. You know, because anybody who plays Eve, you know, if you play Eve, you understand exactly what I'm talking about when you talk about that kind of learning curve when people join the game. You know, it's not really a game, it's more a simulation of a space community than a game, and you definitely do get drawn in it, and it's vast. But they did a lot of work with the new player stuff, and then on top of that as well, they talked about the Chaos era, and what that is you know, trying to shake it up for the veteran players. You know, for me it kind of got very formulaic, and they're doing things now like events where, you know, they're going to sort of change the meta on some ships just for a short period, you know, which makes it much more interesting as a veteran player, because suddenly, you know, they're talking about the interceptors, combat interceptors, and creating wolf packs and giving them buffs for a certain amount of time. So that sounds really exciting, and I would say, you know, I'm going to take a look at Eve again soon. I recommend you do as well. The other thing as well with the development of Eve is they're putting so much effort into making sure that it does last forever, you know, and I hope it does. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that. In fact, Eve London is on the 23rd of November, and I will be there. I have my ticket. So if you want to meet me in person, make your way to Eve London and come and say hello. And FanFest has just been announced as well. So FanFest is the Eve Online event in Iceland, in their home country. That's the 2nd to the 4th of April. I don't know yet if I can make it. I'm going to have to probably hopefully I'll find out by December, by the next update. But lots going on in Eve Online, and I may start making videos for Eve Online as well. So there you go. So that's kind of covered pretty much all the kind of stuff that's been happening that I know of in the sci-fi strategy sort of gaming world. If you have some thoughts on that, you know, please let me know in the comments. You know, let me know about your games, the kind of games you want me to cover. Let me know about the things that you think are kind of really relevant at the moment in that kind of field of gaming. Love to hear your comments. Oh, and of course, I forgot to mention, that dog is driving me nuts, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it because I've got my lavalier mic, but he just keeps barking and barking. It's driving me up the wall. But 100 subscribers, that is awesome, you know, so things are growing. So to all of you that have been there from the beginning and, you know, helping me get started. I've got a dead fly in my coffee. Can you see I've got a dead fly in my coffee? Okay. Yeah, so thank you very much. You know, it's thank you for supporting me and helping me along. I'm really enjoying doing this, and you know, I'm definitely committed to it, and I'm hopefully going to be able to sort of start shooting more in the future. Yeah, so thank you very much, and if you're enjoying what I'm doing and you're new to my channel, then please do subscribe, and I do release on a regular basis, so hit that bell icon to get the notifications. And that's it for me. Like or dislike. Bye.